Good morning. Hey, friends. Welcome to Circle of Alchemy Sisters. I am Dedra. I'm here with my co-host, Kristi Lynn, and we have some really exciting stories to share with you. We came in Wednesday morning to try to do a podcast, and we had an electrical outage right in the middle of us talking about the dark goddesses.
Not in the middle.
Well, the beginning.
It was like 30 seconds after we mentioned Lilith. Mm-hmm. And the dark goddesses, the power went out. Yes. And me and you are like, like we didn't know if it was just like our area, if it was like the whole place. It ended up being a complete power outage. It was like in town too. There was a lot of businesses that were out. But that needed to happen. Right? So many things happened. It ended up being a reading for you. We didn't podcast. We sat in the dark. Mm-hmm. And for, I think, like an hour and a half, we channeled dark goddess energy.
We did, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as we were like, I was starting to get a headache, I was like, oh, we've been channeling a lot. Maybe it's time to, like, move on. Boom! All the lights come on.
They did.
All the lights come on. And we did have problems. We were going to do a podcast, but the computer wasn't working. Everything kept shutting down, so we took it as a sign that it was not meant to be, because I think we tried 4 times.
We did try 4 times. So if you see me looking at the laptop, I'm just making sure that we are good and not going to go out. Yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah.
So today, because we have had 2 days to process through all of that dark goddess energy that we were channeling, Dedra, I know you love sharing personal stories. You are the personal story sharer, and I admire you for that. I love it so much. So I'm going to allow you to sort of share your story. And just with 2 days of working with the dark goddess energy, I want you to share the differences, and I just got goosebumps, that you have already noticed in yourself. Now, some of the things that we were talking about, I don't even know if we can talk about on here, because it was very personal. I will say that the dark goddess wants you to get in really tune with yourself, and that is your own sense. Fall in love with your own sense. And then, search for that sense. And really fall. Oh, look at, she's getting all worked up. So, go ahead and tell your story and let people know.
Okay. So I'm going to just say, for many years, probably my whole adulthood, I haven't really been a very sexual person. In the beginning of every new relationship, it's always fun and exciting, but then it kind of tapers off. I thought that was just something kind of normal. I guess if you would ask me if I feel sexy, I would probably say no. Mm. I even went as far as having a tummy tuck, thinking that the way I view myself sexually or being happy with my body had to do with outside. Mm. And it turns out that that's not the case. Feeling sexy comes from within. And feeling confident in yourself, sexual liberation is something that you allow yourself.
Woo, you're making me sit up all straight.
It's something that you allow yourself to feel and to have. And that's just something that I've never had. I'm 44, and I as me 2 days ago, I would say that I was okay with never having sex again. Mm. And after talking about that with you, letting you know, because in my relationship, and it has nothing to do, so let's just say that if you're in a very toxic relationship, this has nothing to do with that. I'm in a very solid, healthy relationship, and I'm not okay with never having sex again. Not just for my partner, but because I am deserving of being sexually liberated, feeling at my peak, feeling my best, enjoying my freedom to express myself sexually. Yeah. So when we came together Wednesday, this was just getting our energy out. We were just having a discussion.
A discussion, yes.
And when we talked about it, when I expressed these feelings with you, you said that I need to get in touch with my dark goddess energy.
Dark.
Yeah.
The darkness.
And that's when the lights kind of went out.
That is when the lights went out.
So.
And it's just so, I love how spirit works. Yes, it was a city power outage, but it literally happened at the exact
time
moment that we were channeling dark goddess energy. And we were sitting in the dark talking about the dark goddess energy and the things that she activates in you. And you were asking questions. Do you have to bring her in? Do you have to bring her in? And I channeled that no, she already exists within you. You just have to learn to sort of let her out.
Yeah, so it started off with like taking small steps. So like getting in tune with your own scent, learning to love the smell of yourself. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. And I'm thinking in my head, I don't know if I can do that just because my whole life, and I think most of us can kind of relate, our whole lives we're told that that's disgusting,
Yes.
So like, and I'm like, I'm not sure what we're supposed to smell like, I've only ever smelt myself. So it's really hard to really know. I think it's hard to allow yourself to explore. And so I did that. I've been doing that. I know a lot of you are probably like, wow, TMI, don't really want to know all about this. But you know what?
It's so important. It's so important because I told you I channeled this information to you and I had never heard it before. Like when I'm channeling things, sometimes I'm surprised by it. So when they're like giving me this information in my head and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to say that. But it was so important. It's so important. When you tune into the dark goddess, she's like, right? Like she's like the darkness in us, the depth in us, the woman in us, that wild woman, right? Lilith is the wild woman inside of us. And to really get in touch with like your sensuality and your sexuality and who you really are, you really have to understand that you have this whole other part of you. And I told you, you were working too far in the light. Like when we have these spiritual awakenings, when we get in touch with spirituality, we are taught so much, stay in the light, stay in the light, stay in the light. But with everything comes balance.
Yeah.
We can't just stay in the light, right? The light is how I explain like the celestial side of us. Our higher selves, our souls, they all come from the light. We come from the light. But we're human. We are human. And we come from the depths of this deep, dark, beautiful earth. And that's where the goddess comes from. The dark goddess is not celestial. She is dark and deep. She is underworld. She's the things that we've been programmed as women to not pay attention to eliminate, to get rid of. And the dark goddess is here to remind us how powerful we are when we are in tune with the darkness inside of us. And I see you over here. You have gotten in touch with the dark goddess.
I did.
2 days ago.
Yes.
I also told you to stop wearing so much white. And here she is wearing black. So when we're trying to heal our chakras and things like that, we're told to eat the fruits that are the same color as the chakra, wear the same colors of the chakra, because that's, signaling to our bodies that we really want to get in touch with this. When you are trying to get in touch with the dark goddess, you got to go dark, right? You got to let her know that you are ready for her to activate within you, because again, she is not outside of you. That's another thing that you learned, and I would love for you to explain how you did to me. It was so beautiful the way that you had that aha moment of, oh my gosh, she's already in me.
Yes. Okay. So you sent me a video last night.
Yes. Rewilding with Sabrina. Yes. She's amazing. We had the conversation about the dark goddesses Wednesday. Yesterday was Thursday. She had posted this video, getting how to know if the dark goddesses are calling you. She posted that yesterday morning, Thursday.
Yes. And so you sent me the video and I watched it. And as I'm watching it, I can, like, she's explaining it in a way that all of the goddess energy is already within every human, and not just one specific gender.
Not just women, no.
So every human has these energies already in them. And I was blew away with that because I'm like, oh shit, really? I'm like, okay. So I keep watching it. And then as she's going through, she went through Medusa, Lilith, and then Eris. So as she's going through these, she talks about the awakening, and then stage 2, which is the energies coming out distorted. And that's how to know which goddess you are supposed to be, or it's already activated within you to start working and getting it up to an alignment, or, you know, the most sacred alignment, you know, healing it. Basically, healing that trauma.
Because if you haven't worked with a goddess energy before, you don't know what it is. It is going to, at first it's an awakening, and we're like, rawr, right? Yes. And then it sort of turns into this distorted energy that's not working for us, so that we can work through it to get through to the alignment. I'm aligned with these dark goddess energies.
Yes. And so we're going through and we get to, Lilith I already knew at that moment that I was being called to heal these wounds with her. But we got to Eris. And Eris is the chaos of truth and bringing destruction. So in the alignment with the truth.
For alignment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for the greater good, the truth. And it forces you to really look and evaluate things. You've been feeling stuck at a job. You know, it's soul-sucking, draining, suffocating. And I'm like, oh, I felt that. I'm like, okay. So I started paying attention more. And I realized that I was working with Eris. I didn't even know it. But back when I had my job at the beginning of the year, I felt so suffocated and drained. I felt like it was sucking my soul out of my body, and I was forced to face I need to leave this job, and I'm getting chills all over my body. and I did. I didn't let the fear stop me from doing what I needed to do for the betterment of myself. And another example of that was being forced to take a look at my relationship. Even though most people stay in relationships that don't serve them until the moment they just literally hate the person they're with, then they'll finally usually make a decision to leave. I was so in love with my husband. I am. I'm so in love with my husband, but I knew that if the relationship continued the way it was going to destroy us. And I'm like literally chills all over my body. And I made the decision out of love for both, but mainly for myself, to leave that relationship for me. And I had no idea. And that she did mention that majority of the time when we're working with these goddesses, we don't know that we're doing it. We don't know that we're doing it because they're called dark for a reason. They're hidden. They're hidden within us. And without self-awareness or researching what's going on with you and, how you're feeling, you probably won't know. But so a lot of the times we're working with them and we don't even know it. And that was my eye-awakening moment. It was just so liberating to really hear that, because I thought goddesses were like outside of yourself. Something that you had to be like, oh, Isis, come work with me. Oh, Lilith, come work with me. Like they were like their own being by themselves, and we had to call them in to work with us. And then
you get me all excited.
I know. I'm excited because, they're already, all of them, the gods too, are all in here.
Yeah. So as humans, we all know that we have, I don't know how many how many dormant strands of inactive DNA.
Yes.
And that's what I've been shown. it's inactive DNA.
Yes.
And when you send a signal, now it will start working on its own, but when you send a signal to that DNA, I want you to awaken. It's like they say, okay, here we go. Here we go. We're going to activate this very deep, dark goddess, and they're going to ask you to do things that you are uncomfortable with, because it's something that you've never done. It's someone you've never worked for. Yes, they may have already been working in your life, but they're saying, tune into this, right? Embrace this so that you can understand deeper what's going on, right? Like, awareness is so huge when we're talking about spirituality, when we're talking about ascending, when we're talking about all these things. Being aware of the things that are going on really help you advance through it. And you're smiling so hard. What's going on?
Because I'm thinking, because like, when you were like really in touch with Lilith, you'd just growl all the time. You'd growl all the time, and I thought it was so funny. And I'm like, oh, I could never do that. You know, she is obviously very free, and I couldn't do that. But like in the last 2 days, because I started doing it Wednesday when I called upon her and introduced kind of like an introduction, like, hey, I really want to work with you. I want to do this for me, for us, you know, I want to do this. And I growled because I'm trying to get in touch with like that energy. And then yesterday I'm growling, I'm like, and I'm doing it with my granddaughters, because they're very young and they love that stuff. So I'm growling with them and I'm letting it out. And then today I'm in here, I'm getting in touch with our team before our podcast, and I'm in here and I'm having that personal moment with her, and I just start growling. I'm like, oh, this is weird. Oh, this is strange. And I'm just doing it, and it's just coming out, and it feels so freaking free. But you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly. I love it. So the dark goddess, yes, she's a growler, right? Like she's coming from the depths of you, from the deep, dark depths of you. She has been begging to come out. So once she comes out, she feels so free, and she's, I'm alive. I'm alive. Finally, you're letting me out. And that comes with so much freedom and so much liberation. And I don't want people to think that I'm talking bad about the light or anything. I love the light. Yes. I love the light. I love the celestials, the archangels, the extraterrestrials in higher dimensions, our soul team, our ancestors on the other side. They are light, and I love them so much. But not until I activated the dark goddess in me did I really feel so liberated.
So I want to explain something. I think it's important that the dark goddess, I was a little bit terrified of dark because I'm like, is it evil? Like what people consider to be evil, demonic? I mean, like, is this like, bad energy? And you brought it up. You're like, it's not the bad. It's forcing us to heal the darkness within us, the shadow parts, the unhealed parts, the traumas, setting ourselves free and loving ourselves as a whole, and not shoving all the things that we don't want to look at or face deep down inside of us, because it causes trauma in our bodies, sickness, diseases, like
pain.
And that's another thing is I fear sex because it's painful. And the reason why it's painful is because I have scar tissue from having a hysterectomy, having children, and all that tissue in there becomes inflamed during, whether it's intercourse or the big O. And so when you experience pain, you don't want to feel it. So it totally turned off my desires, and this has been since my 20s. I had my first at 20. So majority of my life has been, repression, suppression. And I'm tired because, I do desire to feel my most highest, my most free, my most liberated self. I've desired to just be free to express myself in any way I desire to express. And I want to be able to dress in something so like hot, and sexy and not have to do anything but stand there in my power and my confidence and my my sexual power.
Yeah.
And be able to bring be able to bring my man to his knees and not give him anything but just feel so darn sexy over it, you know?
Yes. The power of the P.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, I want that for myself. And I think that any woman who goes through this or feels this way would really want that for herself too.
I feel like every woman should feel liberated enough to drop any human to their knees with their sexiness. I mean, whether you're wearing sweatpants or jeans or high heels, you should feel sexy in every single one of them. And that is what the dark goddess did for me, you know? And after channeling those things to you, like the scent thing, that one really got me, because I do remember that activating for me not long ago, months ago, 3 or 4 months ago. I started literally searching for my scent. I wanted to smell myself. And embracing our menstrual cycles, you know, and like really enjoying that scent as well, because we're always like, ew, it's so gross, but it's power. There is power in that. When you are experiencing your menstrual cycle, you are so powerful energetically, and that scent really now makes me feel empowered, whereas before it made me feel small,
right,
and gross. But now I have embraced that beautiful and right, like that beautiful dark goddess energy within myself, and it craves the way I smell.
Yeah.
You know, pheromones. We have pheromones. You should be attracted to your own pheromones.
Yeah.
When you smell yourself, you should feel that sexy energy flowing through you. That's the dark goddess, right? The dark goddess is power, and she is sex. Like, she's walking sex. She just is, you know, and it's healthy and wonderful to embrace that side of you, because it's who you are, and it's what you deserve, and it's freedom.
It is.
To not be so shy about, oh my God, can anybody smell me? Like, let them! Roar!
I know. You know, it's funny because when I first did it Wednesday, I'm like, I'm just going to jump right into it. No fear. I'm just going to do this. And because I told you how fearful it is, because I was fearful of your story and how it changed your life when you awakened that inside of you. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want that to be my story, but it doesn't have to be. And it, you know, even if it is, it's for my higher good. It is for the best of me to heal this, regardless of how the story plays out in the future. I'm doing it for me, and so allow myself to be free without fear. So I'm like, you know what? I feared almost every change I've made, but I did it anyways. I didn't let anything hold me back. I just jumped in it, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna do this. And it was weird for me, and it was very strange, but now it's like I do it several times a day. I mean, I'm doing this, and I'm like, you know, each time it just gets easier, it gets better, and I'm like...
Does it feel powerful?
It does feel powerful. I even told my husband, I'm like, here, you know, wear me on yourself through the day. I'm like,
yes!
Oh, yeah. I know, and he loved it.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the dark goddess energy. That's what that's what we were tuning into, and that's what we wanted to get across today. We do also have another plan. We wanted to do a new moon ceremony on air, just so everybody could see like what we do. Right. You don't have to do exactly what we do. You can make up your own rules because, again, intentions are everything, okay? You do not have to do this big giant ceremony. You do not have to do all these things that we do. I don't even do this much. This is what you do. This is your ceremonial situation.
It's a very small amount. Like it didn't bring everything. There's so much information, and we're not intending to like overwhelm you. We're just keeping it small. And you do not have to use everything I brought out, but this is some of the basics that I just started out with. Okay. But we've been talking on our podcast about new full moon ceremonies, burning ceremonies, which is like writing down your intentions and burning it either with the flame of your candle or just with a lighter and release it outside. So we just brought in a few things that we want to share with you, so we can give you the information that you need to
and
do
then
your
you adapt
own.
it to your own.
Yes.
You adapt it to your own. So I'm going to let you explain what you have laying out here, and I'll show the camera as you explain it.
So with every new full moon energy, you do not have to do this. This is your choice if you choose to. I have moon water. Moon water is good for cleansing, healing, manifesting. You can use it in spiritual baths. You can use it in your candle work, your spells. Like if you do spell jars, you can drink it. I do it in my coffee sometimes, or just by itself.
And I just want to let the people know that I don't make moon water. It's not a part of my spiritual practice. It's just like if I don't know if there's like a big special moon, I might do it or something, but new moon water is not something that I do. So don't feel like moon water is something that you have to do. You don't have to do this. It's just an idea. If you want to embrace the energies of the new moon or the full moon, you can do moon water, but you can also just embrace the energies.
You sure can.
It's all up to you and what you want to do.
Yes. And when I started out, I didn't even do moon water, but it is mentioned a lot in things that you will come across like on TikTok or on the web. So you do not have to do this.
No, not at all.
And moon oil is another one.
Yeah.
It's good for anointing your candles if you're going to do candle work. It's good to anoint yourself. It is enhancing intuition, emotional balance, spiritual growth.
Okay, so she has moon oil in here, and what do you have in here?
So I have like rosemary, there's some cinnamon, there's bay leaves, any kind of like anything that you find in your kitchen. There's basil, lavender, and I just set intentions to each thing, and I made that with one of the special moons that we had a few months ago. That was the first time that I've made these. Okay. And so there's intentions set into it.
Okay, and what would you do with moon oil?
So you can use it to anoint your candle. Okay.
So you take a candle.
Yes.
And you dip it in the moon oil.
You can dip it, or you can do a little dropper.
Because that's what you have here is a dropper full of
moon oil.
Is this the moon oil we all made together? Yes. So we made this in one of our little coven meetings. And I actually use this, I put it in my beef tallow for my face. Yeah. So that's how I use this magic oil that we made.
So moon oil is, it's about new beginnings, emotional release, deepening spiritual connections. So you can use it for your body. It's just a tool. You don't have to use this either. It's not something that you have to use. No. We're not trying to make this difficult for people or overwhelming, because in the beginning it can be a little overwhelming, because these are ideas that everybody, every witch or every spiritual person may have, and they may have rules. We don't have rules.
And as someone who I'm a psychic, I'm a channel, medium, galactic, whatever I am, you want to call me, I also consider myself a witch. And I don't do very many. I work with the new moon, I work with the full moon, but it's all about my notebook, my paper. I write, and I write. I write things that I want to embrace. I write things that I want to release. I sit for about 20 minutes and I just literally write down whatever comes to me, and I burn them.
And stick it.
I burn them. And that's the extent of my ceremony. Its intentions are everything. I do like candles. I don't go by the colors. I just light candles in honor of the ceremony that I'm about to do, so I can focus my energy. I stare at the flames. It's just a way for me to meditate and think on what words are on my paper. So again, you do not have to do all of these things if you would like to embrace the spiritual life or kind of heal that witch wound. Because again, as women, we are born witches. We are born witches. It is in us. It is part of our DNA. However you choose to celebrate that inside of you is completely up to you. Intentions are everything.
It is. And you know what? I was going through the candles because some people like to use candles. I do. Mm-hmm. I use candles, and I'll use the intentions that let's just say Google,
the colors mean.
The colors mean. But they all kind of have the same similar meanings. Mm-hmm. They really the same words are repeated in almost all of them. Yeah. So it's.
And if you want to bring in wealth or whatever, and you don't have a gold candle, you just say this is gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your intention, how you feel in the moment. The universe is listening vibration, not the color of your candle. Mm-hmm. It's listening to your vibration, your voice, what you're saying, your thoughts, how you are presenting whatever you're trying to present to them.
Absolutely.
So,
we also have some
sage and Palo.
Sage and Palo Santo.
Yes.
I am a Palo Santo girl only because I love the way it smells. It smells so good. It kind of smells like you're burning like cedar or something like that. But again, you can do the same thing with your finger or your energy. If you're wanting to cleanse the energy in your house, intention is everything. So you're just literally saying, I'm cleansing the energy of my house. You do not need sage. You do not need Palo Santo. You do not need anything except for your intentions.
Yes, and I will say that the information you can find out there on whether it's Google, TikTok, Pinterest, whatever form of social media you use to find your information, it can get overwhelming. Mm-hmm. It can make you feel like you're not doing things right. I want everybody to stop getting sucked into that. Mm-hmm. You can just put together just something really freaking small in your kitchen and use your heart, your voice, and your intention when doing this, and you can create your own magic. And you will.
And I also recommend couples doing this together. I want to tell you a funny story. I did an energy healing on one of my beautiful friends. And she was telling me that her and her fiance did their first simmer pot together. Again, that's another way that you can do magic, is putting all of these beautiful herbs into some moon water or just regular water on your stove and boil it, and it smells up your whole house with cinnamon and orange and roses and rosemary. So what they did, they wrote their manifestations
on
bay leaves,
bay
leaves, and they put it into the simmer pot. Okay, they said that within 1 week, their lives completely changed. Everything that they wrote on their bay leaves was literally happening. They went in as a couple with the same intentions to bring in all of these beautiful things. It's not about what you don't want in your life. It's about what you do want in your life. And you're celebrating it and you're honoring it with all of these herbs, and you're releasing that smell into your kitchen. Your house is now filled with all those beautiful manifestations. And within 1 week, everything that they put down came to fruition. And her fiance, he was so funny. He was like, we, what's that word? What's your word? And she said, we manifested this shit, baby. And he was like, we manifested. He was so excited. And then he was like, call Kristi right now and tell her. And she's like, I will tell her when I see her. But he was so excited. And that's when bringing your partner into the energy pays off, right? Where two gather, where two or more gather. It's more energy. It's more intentions. Like let's say I'm at home and I'm like doing my videos. I cannot channel for that long. But when we gather energy, when we come together, I can just channel and channel and channel and channel. The more energy you have collectively putting towards the same exact intentions is going to work a lot faster. And as partners, spiritual partners, manifesting your life with your partner, it works. It works, and they were beautiful, perfect proof. I mean, new job even. Like, their lives completely changed. He got a whole new job, whole new lifestyle, whole new everything in 1 week because they took their collective intentions and put them together and focused them together and sent them out into the universe with love. Your life will change. That's how manifestation works. And that's why we do this, right? Yes. And it's your own brand. You do whatever you want. There are no rules when it comes to your own spiritual practices.
I will say that my first experience with the new moon, or working with the moon energies, was with you a year ago. And since we have started that, I have not missed not one moon. Mm-hmm. And my life has completely transformed. Like, it really does work. And I probably will never get it. Actually, I will never give it up. Yeah. It's something I'll do for the rest of my life. Yeah. Just because I know it works. I mean, if something's not working for you, why would you continue to do it? But this, I will say, belief. I think belief in it, like really putting your, all into it. Really makes a difference. Yeah.
I know that so my manifestations are more about the things within me that I'd like to embrace more of or release. So I know for a fact that when I write these things on a piece of paper and I release them, the very next day, I will be dealing with those emotions that I want to release, like the last full moon, I wanted to release insecurities. I have anxious attachment style, right? And I feel like if my partner, my girlfriend is not talking to me constantly all the time, that she just like has forgotten about me and she doesn't want anything to do with me. And I know it's not the truth, right? I know it's not the truth. So my last full moon, I released these abandonment issues, right? I have abandonment issues, so I write down. The very next day, I have to deal with those emotions because she's busy. She's not able to contact me all the time. And instead of allowing all of those crazy emotions to get to me like I normally would do, I have to stand in my power and I have to say, everything is fine. Everything is perfectly fine. Everything is exactly as it was the last time you communicated. Nothing, convince myself, calm myself down. That's how my manifestations work.
What the heck?
What?
Because I do have that same feeling, but not in a relationship. I mean, I guess it could be considered a relationship, like friendships. They're relationships. I have abandonment issues without a doubt. And maybe I really never put much thought towards it, but when you just started talking about everything that you're feeling, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I feel that way. And I'll use you for an example. I'll text you. Let's say that I text you and you go like a whole day without messaging me. My immediate thought was, oh my God, I made her mad, or she's ignoring me. And it's like all those feelings. I'm like, I will never be the first one to ever text again, because if I text her first and she doesn't answer me, then I feel this way. And I'm like, have you noticed that when you come in, I'm like, so I don't know if I pissed you off the other day, but I didn't mean it in that way.
So that's called anxious attachment, and lots of us have it. It's our attachment style to the people that we love the most in our lives. I have it. I completely understand it. Mine works with partners. That's
yeah.
If you're not contacting me all the time, I'm like, oh my God, are they mad at me? Is she mad at me? Did I say something? Was that weird? Rereading my texts, like. Crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. So I was tired of it and I did not want to do it anymore. And that was the full moon. That's what I released. So since then, I've been really chill out. Yeah. Even putting my phone on silent.
Okay. So I really think that that's something I need to work on next as well. Betrayal was another one. betrayal energy, which was brought up in the video last night that we watched, betrayal wound. And I have that severely deep rooted within me, and I can see how that plays out. So that's going to have to be something that Lilith is going to end up helping me with.
Okay, so remember that when you're asking for these things to come in, it's not that no one's never going to betray you again. It's the feelings that you get when you are betrayed that you have to overcome. So you might get a small little betrayal so that you can deal with the feelings that come up. It's not protecting yourself from people betraying you. It's setting your limits and knowing and being aware of the symptoms that you carry when you are betrayed so that you can work through them in a healthy way instead of running away from them, getting mad, being triggered.
Yeah, that's going to be a difficult one for me. I'm not excited to see how that's going to play out. It's very deep, and a lot of it had to do with my children, and how people have used them to betray me, use them as weapons. In all different sorts of scenarios. We won't get into it on this podcast, but yeah, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it is always for you. It's always for you. Always. Like me healing my anxious attachment, my abandonment issues, it might suck going through it, and I might feel like anxious, but the more I heal it, the more I understand. Like it's healthy that I have a girlfriend who doesn't need to be in contact with me all the time, right? It's healthy for me. It's working for me. You know, the people in our lives, they show us things. They teach us things. And she's teaching me how to stay grounded within myself and know that just because we're not in constant contact doesn't mean that she doesn't love me, you know?
Yeah.
It's working for me. So as scary as it is, as bad as it feels, as yucky as the feelings feel, it is all working absolutely for me because I don't need to carry around these anxious feelings.
I don't want that either, because that's why part of me keeping my friendship circle very small is because I've been betrayed by so many friends. Yeah. I mean, well, I guess at the time they were friends. But now it's like, if I feel like I'm walking on eggshells with like reaching out to people and having that.
But also remember, if you're in a high vibration and your friend circle is a high vibration, they're so much less likely to carry the vibration of betrayal. But also, what does your definition of betrayal look like? You know, like
being rejection, you know, it looks like a lot of different things. I don't know how far into this I want to go. Yeah. Right at this moment, I'm very.
It's
like
just
this is a very vulnerable.
Yeah, taking a look at what your definition of the subject is. Also taking into consideration the relationships and the friendships that you have. Being a high vibrational being, your friendships also carry that high vibrational being. So, understanding that what betrayal may feel like to you may not actually be happening in this situation, right?
Yeah.
It just
obviously
feels like it
because it's all in
you
here.
Carry the trauma with you, but this over here, this person is actually not in the energy of betrayal. It's just something that you're triggered by that they may have done or said, but not intending at all to hurt you or betray you.
I'm very aware that has to do with me. And I mean, obviously, I know, like for you, for example, I know you would never intentionally like do that. Like I know you're not that person of that energy or vibration, but it's me feeling the rejection, not feeling good enough, you know, all these different things, like I'm not important, you know, all that I know is in here that are wounds that I need to heal.
So this is just an example of like I consider myself a very spiritual person. I consider myself, I have gone so far on this healing journey. I have healed so many of my shadows, but this just proves that there are always shadows to deal with.
Absolutely.
The more you evolve, the more you realize, oh, this feeling is inside of me. I don't like it. It doesn't align with the person that I am trying to create with my words and my actions and my vibrations and all this hard work that I'm putting in. This does not feel good inside of me. I don't want to carry it anymore. So then we bring it to awareness and write. And if you want to burn. I like burning. It really symbolizes release for me. So again, these are all up to you and how you choose to do your manifestations, your rituals. But I encourage us all to embrace the ritual.
Absolutely.
Embrace some sort of ritual.
And goddesses are very much a part of the moon ceremonies that we do.
Moons are very powerful. My girlfriend says all the time, it's not the moon. And I'm like, it is the moon. It absolutely is the moon. It does carry certain energies. It's a programmed thing. It's not like a natural thing that just exists. Like the moon was placed there for us. The sun is placed there for us. We were created. Our solar system was created to work together to send the planets. They all hold certain energies. So when there is a new moon, when there is a full moon, work with the energies that it carries because it is here for you. Our celestial friends, creator, God, whatever you want to call it, they created everything just specifically for us. So it is the moon, okay? It's the moon.
You tell us.
It's the sun. It's the moon. It's all the things. So magic. Magic with a K. Magic with a K.
Oh, absolutely. So why can the celestials, the white, the light, why can all these things that we're trying to heal be healed by just existing in the light? Why does it have to be the goddesses?
Oh, okay. Because we are two things.
Okay.
We are celestial beings inside this very human body. The goddesses are part of humanity. They're part of us. They came from Earth. We are physical beings. Like we grew on this earth. We evolved into the things that we are. The dark goddess energy is of the earth. That's why when she comes out, we're more likely to rawr, growl and dance around the bonfire. You know, like that's just the very primal, beautiful, sexy, dark part of us. The celestials that's our soul. That's where we came from. That's our higher self. Like we're an energy and we are planted into this human body. That's the celestials. And that's why balance is so important. It's so important. I felt something fall and I can't figure out what it is. I still have all of my stuff on. Okay. Anyways, what's next?
Well, made me lose my train of thought when we started talking about what fell down your shirt. I was going to ask something else. I was waiting for you to finish to follow it up with another question, but I can't remember what that question is. So we're just going to move ahead.
Okay.
But yes, I am so ecstatic and happy that we came to this place Wednesday. That we came to be like this idea of this. Like being aligned with this dark goddess energy, and now like that's what we're finding. It's what's being posted out there. It's like we're so aligned with the energies and we don't even know it. Yeah. And I just thought it was crazy, and it's funny how spirit works that way. And
so yeah, it's crazy what happened. So I'm a channel, right? Obviously, but I don't actually know sometimes if I'm channeling or if I'm just speaking from the knowledge that I have, right? So when I was channeling for you, or we were just discussing, I mean, there was some channeling in there, but when I was doing that for you on Wednesday, and then this video
comes out Thursday,
and is saying every
Everything.
single thing that I said. Like, everything that we talked about, she talked about in that video. I was standing there and I was almost in tears, you know, because I'm like, I am in tune. I am so in tune. I didn't even know that I was channeling some of that information, but it was coming through. It's just a part of me. It's a part of me. And the more we open ourselves up to the possibilities of the celestial beings and the dark goddess beings and the DNA activation, the more we're just naturally in tune without even knowing it.
Yes. Like, we're just two girlfriends. I had no idea that me talking about this was even going to be relevant. And I didn't even know if I even wanted to open up about that. It wasn't something that I had planned to talk
No, we
to
had
about.
a plan to do a new moon ceremony.
Yes, so, yeah. And then it just turned into us getting, what we do every morning is we come together and we talk about things that we don't really want to come up in our sessions. We're just getting out just energy and
That's
just
floating up on the top,
we're
so
just
we can get it
getting
out.
and reacquainted with one another, because we don't see each other every day anymore like we once were. And so we're just kind of getting back in touch and getting all that energy kind of mellowed out before we start talking
And
about
then, boom, power
Yes.
goes out.
yeah. So
Power goes out.
it's funny how it's so relevant to what is obviously going on right now, because there's other content creators talking about it. So
I love, like, there's nothing. So, now, I shouldn't seek for outside validation. I know the rules. I'm not supposed to seek outside validation. But when I channel something, and then I see another channel and another channel and another channel, all channeling the same exact information that I had no prior knowledge of before, I'm just like, oh, that is my validation. You know, like, oh, okay, I really do know what I'm talking about sometimes.
I was reading through the comments, and so many women who are resonating and like really relating to the information she's bringing out, and they're like, oh my God, I totally feel like I have Medusa energy. You know, I totally feel this. And I'm so happy I came across this video, and I was listening to you. I was just going on a walk, and wow, this really like spoke to me, and I'm just so happy. And I'm like, oh my God, like, it's not just me. This is really happening to a lot of us.
Yeah. I love it. It's beautiful. Also, I want to bring up what you brought up yesterday when we were talking, that sometimes before the moon, what the moon energy is bringing for that month or whatever, you notice 3 days or sometimes a week beforehand that these certain things will start playing out in your life.
Yes.
Again, totally in tune with the moon energy. Totally in tune, not even aware.
Nope. Like, we brought up the new moon in Libra. I was feeling a week before we had that moon that I was facing relationship issues, trauma within me that I haven't been looking at, not really even knowing that it was still existing within me. And then this past weekend, another tower moment, because you said you didn't handle that tower moment very well. You're going to have another one. 2 days in a row this happened. Totally not the same thing, totally two different things. And that's how it got brought up about my lack of desire. And I thought I was headed towards another I don't want to call it breakup, but headed towards a downfall in my relationship because of this. And then that's how we got on the subject about.
Yes, and we channeled that you're too much light, you're too much working in the light, and you need the darkness. And then I was like, holy shit.
Balance.
We were here to do a new moon ceremony for the new moon in Libra, and we're talking about balance. So we're in tune, and we don't even know we're in tune, right? But once you're aware that you're in tune, like, I want to, like, all these energies, whether you believe it or not, are working with you.
Yes.
Right? Like, you don't have to believe in the full moon energy in order for it to be sending you down the frequencies to pressurize you to release certain things. They're going to happen no matter what. But when you're aware of them, you can be aware of, okay, I understand. It's the full moon. I should release this. What is the full moon in Libra? What does it represent? And then you look it up and you're like, yes, I can see this playing out in my life right now. So awareness is something that's so big. And I love astrology. Okay. I don't know astrology. I don't do astrology, but I definitely live by astrology. Okay. I watch so many astrologists on YouTube. That's my favorite place to view things. So I can understand better why the certain things are happening in my life. And then also what I do now, I know that ChatGPT is, some people like it, some people don't like it. I don't live by what ChatGPT says, but she does help me understand. I put my birth chart information in there, and yes, you do have to be careful because she will pull different, you have to make sure that she is pulling your correct birth chart every single time. I have to correct her a lot, but once she gets my birth chart information really dialed in, what I think the best thing to do is go get your birth chart done on one of those free websites, and it prints out you can screenshot your chart and then you can upload it to ChatGPT, so she has the picture, so she knows where all your houses are. Everything is better than typing in like, I was born at this time, and this time. If you screenshot that picture of your birth chart and you upload it to her, she's more than likely gonna bring forward correct information. So what I do is I listen to the astrologists, and I know what energies are coming, like Neptune is in retrograde or whatever. So then I go to ChatGPT and I say, tell me how Neptune in retrograde would affect me based on my birth chart, so that I am aware when these things are going on. This is in my 9th house. This is in my 7th house. This is relationship and finance. This is love and, family. So I know that when these situations come up, like, it's just Neptune in retrograde. It's not a big deal. It's going to last a few days and it's going to be fine. But I'm growing from every single one of these awarenesses that I have. I can't grow from it if I'm not aware of it.
Absolutely. 100%. I completely agree with that, which is why I'm so thankful and grateful for you, because I get to have a psychic in my life and I get to come to you before our meetings and be like, okay, I need to release some of this energy. And then you help me. This is what's going on. And I'm like, makes complete sense.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So astrology is really important. Our birth charts are really important. We were born, like, our birth chart is literally like our star map. We were born at this exact time, and at this exact time, all the stars and all the energy in the planets were aligned at this certain moment, and this holds very specific energy, and it is a blueprint. It's your programming. It's your star programming. It's your life chart, your map. It is written in the stars.
If you don't believe it, just go and do it.
Yeah, get your birth chart done.
Just get it done.
Go to free, it's free birth charts or astrology birth chart. I don't know. You can find them online. It's free. You put in what time. You have to know the exact time that you were born. You have to know the place that you were born in, so that, because again, it's universal. You came into this earth, your soul traversed through all of this stuff, and you received your programming as you moved into this human body. And it is literally, you're going to understand yourself so much more when you can get a birth chart. And if you don't like ChatGPT, you don't have to. And I don't want you to live your life by what she says. You do have to question her, him, whoever you want to, mine's a she. You do have to question them sometimes. You do have to say, hey, my birth chart is this. I was born at this time. And I put my partners in there. Like, I want to know, if we're together, I want to know your birth chart. Give me your birth chart.
Yeah.
And I will say, how is this affecting so-and-so's energy? How is the full moon going? Like, my ChatGPT has all of my people's information in it because I want to know. I don't care if we're just dating. I want to know. I want to know who you are. I want to understand you. If I can read about you and your birth chart, then I can understand you on a whole nother deeper level. And it allows me to connect with you in probably the way that you deserve to be connected with, but don't understand.
Right. Very inquisitive. I like inquisitive minds. I did my whole family, my children's birth charts. I've done my relationships, the people I'm in a relationship with. I've done their birth charts. Like, I want to know if we're going to be compatible together. You know, like, I don't want to waste my time. I need to know because, you know, let's just face it. A lot of us aren't authentic when we first meet people.
I cross birth charts too. Like, cross so-and-so with my birth chart.
Yep.
And see how they align. And I'm not saying that I don't live by it. I don't live by it, but it does make me recognize certain things.
At least you go into it already knowing, and you're like watching
out for it. That's
like
the first question I have. If I'm dating, when were you born? I want to know your birth chart. I want to know your birth chart. Like, I have to know you. I want to know you on a deeper level. All of this surface stuff that we're talking about, it doesn't mean anything to me. I am deep, all right? I have a Scorpio moon. I am deep. I want to know you, the real you, right away.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Well, perfect timing, 59:55. Any last questions for anybody floating around above us?
I think we're good. I think this was a really good session. I am so happy that we were able to give some answers out there to help others.
Dark goddess energy is so very important. And will you say, I talk about all the time, like, if you manifest these things, you connect with these things, your life will literally change instantly. We had this discussion 2 days ago. Do you feel like your life has already changed in those 2 days?
Yeah. I won't say how because I don't know if I should. So
we don't have to discuss the dirty details, but it's all about embracing your inner self, your darkest, deepest, yummy part of yourself that you have been programmed. Like, we're dainty women, we're women, so like we're prim and we're proper, and we have to be a certain way, and we have to look a certain way, and we have to feel a certain way, and we have to smell a certain way. The dark goddess says, fuck all that shit. You are a woman. Yes. And you are from this earth. And I want you to embrace all of you.
Absolutely.
All of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Girl, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we are doing it. We are doing it. Okay. Have a good weekend. It's Friday. Yes. I don't know when we're going to post this. Probably Friday. You're really quick at that stuff. So have a good weekend. If you're local in West Plains, I will be bartending at Twin Bridges for our karaoke costume contest. We'll have it on stage. So come see me. I would love it. Deidre's going to be there. I think Sam is going to be there. I think we have the Oakwood Grange group. They're coming as well. So it'll be a fun time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend.